I bought you a dress. Just put it on.
What was that?
That dress is really beautiful.
Do you think so?
Yes. I'm just trying to give you a,
Compliment?
Of course, yes. Anya,
Yes.
No! I cannot kiss you. I don't know why.
You're doing fine.
That whole scene was about Dimitri's inner conflict with his feelings for Anya. How he doesn't know her very well, he's scamming and lying to her for money. She could very well be out of his class. But does Anya get to be conflicted about her feelings for him? Nope, she's in love now, next scene. And there is no way you could get that much hair tied up into that dude. Unless they're trying to show us that time has passed. No wonder she's desperate for a man. I've been locked in the dressing room for months.
Pretty jewelry box, isn't it?
Jewelry box. Are you sure that's what it is?
What else could it be?
Well, something else. Something special. Something to do with a secret.
The plot device demands you stop using your brain immediately. Honestly, this dog seems to come in every time she tries to think. Why does the movie want her to remain oblivious to everything so badly? So next, Anya has a nightmare. And once again, she's remembering her family members vividly. I assume this is some sort of scene from her past where she went swimming and she's the only one who didn't get changed. Like, jump in with your clothes on.
Yes, jump! The Romanov curse!
The Romanov curse!
Romanov, what? What are you talking about?
But I'm so sick of wasting time on this. Is she gonna realize these are her own memories? No. Is she gonna wonder what a Romanov curse has to do with her? No. Next scene.
My heavens! She certainly does look like Anastasia. How did you escape during the siege of the palace?
Finally! A question only Anastasia would know. Brilliant!
There was a boy who worked in the palace. He opened a wall.
That's it! You've got it!
I'm sorry, that's crazy. Walls opening.
So? Is she a Romanov?
But Dimitri figures it out! No, not Anya. Dimitri.
We're going to see the Imperial Highness tonight!
She is the princess.
Yeah, let's go have a moment with him. Let's have a quiet, introspective moment alone with Dimitri. Not Anya, Dimitri. In fact, you want to know what Anya's thinking?
Sophie wants to take us shopping for the ballet!
Shopping! That's what she wants to do. She wants to go shopping. She doesn't care about anything else going on as long as there's shopping.
Welcome, my friends, to Paris.
Who cares? Paris isn't important. I mean, this wasn't about Paris. It was about finding her family.
Paris holds the key to
nothing.
Paris holds the key to her past. Yes, princess, I found you at last. No more pretend, you'll be gone, that's the end.
See, at this point, it's really, really easy to figure out what Dimitri is thinking. We know exactly what's going on with Dimitri. As for Anya, she's just twirling around in the background. I mean, honestly, I have no idea what Anya is thinking right now.
I was the boy in the palace, the one who opened the wall. She's the real thing, Vlad.
Our Anya has found her family.
I like how Vlad's just like, I'm so happy for her. And Dimitri's like,
And you?
We'll walk out of her life forever.
oh, someone give him a hug.
But
Princesses don't marry kitchen boys.
What was that little face he just made? Yeah, that. Well, it's official. This movie is no longer about Anya, even in the slightest. This is Dimitri's movie. They shouldn't have even titled it Anastasia. They should have just called it Dimitri, Chronicles of a Kitchen Boy.
We're going to go through with this as if nothing has changed.
you've got to tell her.
Tell me what?
Yes, tell her what, Dimitri? Maybe about this scam? How it started out that way, but you're having a change of heart. Because now you've got feelings for her. You're at least going to tell her she's the Duchess, right? That way she's got a 100% chance of convincing the Empress and you'll get your money.
How beautiful you look.
Well, thank you.
Why wouldn't you tell her she's the Duchess? I thought you wanted the money. If you don't want the money, you at least want her to succeed. What possible reason could you have for not telling Anya she's the Duchess? You idiot!
I'll go in and announce you properly. Your Majesty, I intend you no harm.
It was all a lie, wasn't it?
No.
You used me? I was just part of your con to get her money.
You weren't just doing it to be nice? You're so evil.
From the very beginning, you lied! And I not only believed you, I actually...
Anya, please! When you spoke of the hidden door of the wall opening and the little boy, listen to me, that was...
No!
Nobody told you about that. That came from your own head.
I don't want to hear about anything that I said or remembered.
She can't even figure out if her own thoughts are her own thoughts. It's a good thing she's royalty where everyone can do everything for her, because she would never last otherwise. She would just go mad. I don't know if I'm really eating breakfast. I see the pancakes, but I don't trust that they're there.
You just leave me alone!
Anya, please, you have to know the truth!
I got nothing to say. You're both morons. I had no sympathy.
You have to talk to her.
You'll stop at nothing, will you? Who exactly are you?
I was hoping you could tell me whether or not I belong to a family. Your family.
My dear, I don't think you want to be a part of my family. It's very small. I'm the only one in it. And this strange French cousin that I found. Poor dear.
I've had enough.
Peppermint?
An oil for my hands.
I spilled the bottle, and it forever smelled of peppermint. Like you.
What is that?
This?
It was our secret.
The music box.
Once upon a December, my Anastasia.
What? No! No! She never actually decided for herself who she was. Anya needed to be shot down and then let us see the memory of the peppermint after the Empress leaves. And then Anya decides, I am the Duchess. I know it. And then she chases the Empress and she goes after what she wants. She discovers herself and she goes and gets what she wants. And why only now is she aware of her memories? How does she trust Dimitri didn't plant that in her brain too? And what about these memories? Was she not actually seeing those? Because she forgot them a second later. Who were those for? Were they just to remind us that she's the princess? Because we know, unless they have anything to do with Anya's development, they don't need to be in the movie.
10 million rubles.
I don't want the money.
You saved her life and mine. Then you restored her to me. Yet you want no reward.
Of course not. Aren't you paying attention? He's a champion of love. Dimitri's just gonna go off and be poor somewhere and live in a box.
My boy, you're making a mistake.
Trust me, this is the one thing I'm doing right.
Like I said, Dimitri's movie. Do I need to say more?
I wonder if this is what you really want.
Of course it is. I found what I was looking for. I found out who I am.
No, you didn't find out who you are. You found out what you are, but not who.
Did find me, and you'll always have me. But is it enough?
All this way. She came all this way, looking for family and belonging and love, just to have the movie slap her in the face and say, no, that's not what you want. You want a boyfriend. That'll make you happy.
Grandmama, can't you tell me
Ha! Now you have to decide. That's it, think. You're almost there.
Puka?
I'm gonna kill that dog! Can we have the plot device move the protagonist to the final battle scene? Thank you.
There you are.
That's organic storytelling for you.
Anastasia. A tragic night on the ice. Remember?
What, so Anya's gonna fight Rasputin?
Rasputin.
Yeah, but why? The whole point of Final Battle is that Anya is defeating her inner demons. Rasputin doesn't represent her inner demon. Rasputin killed her family, and thus was trying to kill her. But Anya wasn't trying to deal with the death of her family. Even when she actually realized that the people that might be her family are dead, she still didn't care. So now, to have Anya kill Rasputin, it doesn't mean anything.
I'm not afraid of you.
You were saying?
No one can save you! Wanna bet?
How did you get there? Last minute you were looking at a flower like you were high. That led you here?
Long live the Romanovs!
Right! I couldn't have said it better myself.
Like how the music's like, she's really upset. And then she just pushes him over. Honestly, that's the most they could think to give Anya as an exciting final battle scene. Pushing over an old man. She's a public menace. They couldn't even find a way for Anya to be clever enough to get the glowy thing away from Rasputin. The plot dog had to come in and do that for her too.
This is for my family.
I'll tear you to pieces!
And this is for you.
What are you doing? Grab her! Pull her down! I mean, don't just let her stand there and monologue. Hooray! Anya beat the bad guy herself. Why don't I care? Her final battle consists largely of being helpless, and that's just indicative of rape. What happened to her cleverness? Where's the old feisty, clever, spunky, supposedly not taking any of your shit on you? What happened to that character? It's almost like she never existed. That wasn't a final battle.
This is for you.
You wanna know who's got the final battle here? Dimitri. He's fighting off the horse. Don't worry, honey. I'm coming. As soon as I find out this horse. He's the one who really kind of had the final battle. Anya just kind of used her high heel. cult mess with the princess shoes. But then Dimitri gets a good couple seconds of being dead and we all mourn him. He's the hero. He's died a hero's death. Dimitri gets the big moment. The big sigh of relief, thank goodness he's alive. But Anya doesn't get that. Because she's not the main character. She hasn't developed. Dimitri has. We already know it's Dimitri's movie, so this makes perfect sense, honestly.
They're waiting for you.
Who is? Her grandmother and Sophie? I mean, her grandmother said it's fine.
He didn't take the money.
He didn't?
Whatever you choose.
So that's okay. We don't have to worry about hurting Grandma's feelings. Taking all stakes away from all decisions. Who is actually waiting for her? The papers? I mean, is she concerned about helping the people in Russia?
Since the revolution, our lives have been so great.
No. Does her being a duchess actually mean anything to anyone? Is she actually responsible to anyone but herself? No. She's making a decision of whether she wants to be a rich, fancy princess and whether she wants a boyfriend. I don't know what the decision is here. Her grandmother made the decision for her. Honey, you should go with your boyfriend. I mean, I'm a dirty old lady. You don't want to hang out with me.
They've eloped. Isn't it romantic?
After all the work I did finding Anastasia and interviewing them, we find the real one and she runs away.
Dear Grandmama, wish me luck. We'll be together in Paris again soon.
Because we might need some money. Love you. So is Anya a good character? Did she get her self-discovery? Did she learn anything? Honestly, I think the movie was way too preoccupied with whether or not Anya is a princess. She starts out wanting a family, but in the end, I really just kind of doubt the movie would care about Anya finding her family if they weren't the royal family, thus making her, the princess. Would the movie really have her say,
I found out who I am?
If she ended up being just some random peasant's daughter? A character journey is about self-discovery, and discovering you're a princess is not the same as discovering yourself. Being valuable and pretty are not character traits. The movie seems to want us to like Anya and cheer for her success simply because they spent so much time telling us how important she is.
It's the rumor, the legend, the mystery. It's the Princess Anastasia who will help us fly.
I don't care how important she is. I don't care about her finding out she's special.
Instead of the nameless no account you are.
When everyone told her she wasn't. That's juvenile. What are Anya's dreams? And more importantly, how is she going to achieve them herself? What decisions does she make to drive her own destiny? Now, Dimitri is constantly making active decisions that affect the story.
Why the change of mind?
It was more a change of heart.
But he's helped out a lot by the fact that Anya is kept from making natural assumptions. If Anya had been allowed to use reason and logic, the story never would have gotten past this scene and it would be a completely different movie. So instead she remains oblivious to the point of sheer stupidity, just because the plot needs her to.
Gentlemen?
After we meet these two, the movie isn't told from her perspective anymore. Especially here, where we're experiencing Anya's character through Vlad and Dimitri. We're laughing and relating to them as they try and tame the wily and unpredictable woman.
Around.
She certainly has a mind of her own.
But we aren't relating to Anya, we aren't in her head. Anya is always on the outside, the one not in the know. The creators obviously tried and failed, 20 minutes in, to tell a story from a female character's perspective, and then just gave up trying. This is very much a movie about a man, relating to a man, told from a man's perspective about the female protagonist, by male writing and direction. They got to this scene and realized they had given Anya absolutely nothing to work with. They had nothing for her to be conflicted about. So they made it Dimitri's story. which I think is really too bad, because her snarky self-assertiveness is really refreshing in a medium full of Disney princesses. As long as it wasn't at odds with what's actually happening in the story and she got a little bit of agency, Anya could be a really interesting character. The only thing missing was this story being about her.